Somebody got to be behind the camera. Somebody got to do it.
You put your headphones on. Just make sure you can hear yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, are you trying it on?
No.
I guess that was Deuce.
Yeah, Deuce and Press.
Oh,
we
yeah.
gonna.
I'll move the table closer.
Press might have to sit next to me because he's gonna be on the show too.
Press. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We live right now. Yeah, Deuce on.
Can we get a fan in here?
It is burning up. Yeah.
Shangara. You about to start making me speak in tongues. You see the video that I posted?
Which one? Of us?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you actually watch it?
Yeah.
Then why you saying it was like you don't know what I'm talking
Because we
about?
post videos almost every day, so which one?
Oh no, I actually don't. So that means my social media manager is doing a good job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean he's doing a good job. And actually, that's an artist from the IE. His name is M16, and he performed at Media Day when we did it at Riverside Studios. Dope guy. So he came in and helped me out because I'm so bad with social media. Like I'm horrible.
YouTube. Yeah.
It gives me anxiety in real life.
She real bad.
You too?
I like it, but that's the problem.
What's that like? Oh, see, no.
Okay,
Okay, you got to sit next to me.
Oh yeah, I do
She
that.
real
So it makes a little bit more.
Yeah.
You go this way, that way, and then they'll come here.
What happened?
We'll share mic press.
It's definitely trouble. Social media is.
Oh, I believe it's trouble. People don't realize that
If you
though.
don't already use it, sorry, all right, well, yeah. If you don't already use it, that's good for you.
Press me and you want to share. You good, Press?
I'm good.
I know we don't have to start mic.
Before we
Why
get into
would
deep
you?
conversation, we're gonna grab
Yo,
some
you've been here from the
coffee.
beginning. Why would you?
Yeah,
All
all
right.
of us.
Like some coffee.
Okay.
You order coffee? Yeah, I like coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We need more coffee. The whole system.
We're going to half and half.
Right. I want a cappuccino. I don't drink coffee. Well, cappuccino and coffee is like the same thing, right? Low key, it's the same thing. All right, let's get this thing started, y'all.
Do you care if it's in the shot?
Huh?
Do you care if the
Yeah, it's funny.
fan is in the shot?
If the what is?
If the fan is in the shot?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's a little ghetto.
Yeah, you're right. All of
Still
that.
there.
He said, yeah, you're right.
All the way back.
Yeah,
All the way back.
He knew it.
Yeah, he definitely, that's why he asked.
I don't like it, right?
You right.
Oh, you trying to get in that fan, huh?
Oh, like it's
All right, everybody feel it? You good?
Yeah.
I don't
All
know
over
about
y'all.
that.
Nah, you good?
I'm
But like, bro, you got chills.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what he cooked.
All right, KJ.
Alright.
If you ready, Anders, we're
That's it.
going.
That's it. That's it. And sit it.
Oh, so that's the camera. The phone is the camera.
Say it again.
The phone is in the phone.
Oh, we've been already going for that. Welcome back to Raw Conversations. So listen, guys, I gotta read this. So it's been a lot of questions about, Raw Conversations. Why does it exist? Why was it created? What is the intent behind Raw Conversations? So I literally wrote this at 3:00 in the morning, and it was literally just me and just portraying like everything that has happened, all the work that I've done, the things that I've seen, and why this platform of freedom of expression exists. So I'm gonna read this real quick, and then we're gonna tap in. Y'all cool with that?
That's right.
All right. Raw Conversations podcast was created during the pandemic by Envision Youth Services, a nonprofit mentoring program for at-risk youth in LA County. I am your host, Camila, working in gang intervention in South Central LA, psych hospitals, probation, and developing crisis facilities. I've witnessed and heard and experienced a lot of trauma. With all the resources that exist, I didn't see a platform for the next generation to be transparent and honest without judgment or consequence. Disclaimer: if you feel like young people are disrespectful, bad, and overall failures in life, you have two choices. You can ask yourself why. Did I contribute to their actions based on my decisions as a protector? Can I be open enough to understand the trauma, learn, and step in to be a support instead of being judgmental? If the language offends you, kindly find something else to watch and to listen to. With all due respect. Respectfully, right?
Respectfully, yeah.
I make no apologies for providing a platform of support, understanding, and leading with compassion. Pay attention to the message outside of the bullshit. All conversations are opinions based on experiences, not advice, and any examples/allegations used for conversations are alleged. That's the shit they tell you to say on this type of platform, so I'm saying it, okay? Raw conversations are unscripted conversations supporting our next generation. No topic or expressions are off limits. Too many young people have suffered in silence while left feeling disappointed, misguided, and numb. We often look at the younger generation as disrespectful, bad, entitled, without acknowledging the traumas they've been exposed to from individuals who should have provided protection. Follow, share, donate to a project that's creating opportunities, open communication, and understanding. If you're not going to support, do yourself a favor and shut up. Let's talk and be transparent on Raw Conversations. Let's go.
That was a nice intro too.
That's it.
Yeah.
Was it
I
too
think
long?
It was a low-key
You nailed that.
challenge right at the beginning of the show.
It was a low-key challenge.
Yeah.
But that is the challenge in real life. Like, if you're not, you can sit there and and give all your opinions on what everybody else is doing or what you feel like the younger generation is doing, but do you ever question yourself to say, what am I doing to contribute? Because if you're not doing that, then what are you, a spectator? Should I be listening to your opinion about what I gotta live through on my daily, my daily journey? Like, nah,
Not
you're
in
not
the field with it, get out the way.
get out the way.
For real.
Yo, you get
In the field, get out the way.
Get out
So
the
many
way.
different things.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so we are going into. Why do I feel like I lost a piece of paper? Hold on, y'all. This is the first time that I actually printed everything out too, because normally we just go like kind of like pro bono type. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this episode with resources. I noticed that when we have conversations, sometimes at the end the resources kind of get looked over. But the biggest purpose is to offer resources that's going to help the community, help the young people. So, resource alert, open casting call. There's a project. It's called Single Parent-ish, which is a TV series. I am in the middle of co-writing and directing this project. This is the BS that happens in single parent households, what the youth experience and also what the parents deal with that they don't really talk about. They don't talk about it a lot of times out of protection for the kids. So here's the information. If you're interested, if you're an artist, if you are into acting, submit your information. We'll be filming at the end of this year. Shout out to Politic and Broadcasting and the whole cast of writers, directors, co-writers. I mean, this is a great project. I'm super proud of this.
Can you join if you don't got kids? You know, just act.
You know what? We have gotten submissions for people who are not single parents, but they're in the field of acting. So if you could play the part, then cool. But then also for independent artists. So with this project, we are bringing in independent artist music. So we're not searching out for other people, the people that we already support, the artists that we already, are behind. We're bringing in their music for this project. So please tap in. Please tap in. The next event we got going on is Black on the Block. Black on the Block. Super excited about this event. It's their 4th annual event, highlighting vendors, music, a lot of resources for the community. And I'm so grateful today because I have Vicky in the building, who is the creator of Black on the Block. So real quick, we're going to tap in with Vicky, and let's just talk about why you decided to create this event and why are we working together?
Oh, you want a long story?
Oh,
Real quick, before you cover that, why did you name it Back on the Block?
Black on the Block. So, in my undergraduate at UCR, I was an African American Studies major first, and I got a lot of criticism at that time. What are you going to do with that?
Right.
What job? What career? Where do you go? The only thing you can do is keep going, get a PhD, and be a professor. And during that time, when I was studying for my bachelor's, I read a book called Black on the Block, and it was a examination, like a critical examination of the condition of Black people in urban businesses and how the state for us has changed over the course of the generations. And I just thought it was a cool book, and I thought it was a cool title. And then in combination with that, when I was growing up on my block, we had block parties that everybody knew about. Like all the parents were involved. Everybody's mama knew everybody, which was cool because you could be like, oh, let me get a popsicle too. But it was also not cool because it was like, I saw you doing that. You wasn't supposed to be doing that. So the combination of, my personal experience being on the block and having block parties and doing scavenger hunts with my neighbors and all that, and then also like the education that I've received that hopefully will allow me to make that experience something that's valuable to more than just me.
That's right.
that's dope. That's dope. So I began working with Vicky, with Deborah Robertson, Mayor Deborah Robertson in Rialto, and we did some mental health workshops and events together, and we ended up having a conversation just about the passion behind serving the community, the passion behind giving back, the passion, and there was so many things that we could relate to, just as women in business and giving and being mothers and all of these things that we had going on. And so I was asked to do the entertainment portion for Black on the Block. So we're bringing back and we're paying homage to 90s R&B and hip hop with this project, but we're bringing in young independent artists. And I say this because, and this is the reason why I decided this, and I don't think we've talked about this. The reason why I decided that is because a lot of people feel like when you're dealing with young artists that they don't respect who came before them, right? If you look at social media, you look at everything that's going on.
They don't even know that's a sample.
Right.
They don't even know what they're listening to. They don't even, right. So.
But when I'm sitting down with artists like him, and producers like Goose, and all of these folks that I'm sitting down with, I'm listening to what they're playing. I'm listening to the beats that I'm listening to what the inspiration is, and they're able to communicate about the inspiration. Do you feel like you're able to do that in your music?
Definitely.
Why are you looking over there?
No, I thought you was talking about, I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, you're right. Yeah. Nah, definitely, for sure.
So what do you feel like as far as how do you pay homage to the music that came before you, or the foundation that was set before you as an artist today?
So when I'm producing on the producing side, when I'm making a beat, usually I'll go after a sample that touches me, something, a song I heard that I liked when I was young. But on the writer side, I'll take you might call it biting, but I just call it paying homage. I'll take 2 or 4 bars, something 50 might have said, and I'll put it in my line.
But is that biting? I feel like that's paying homage. Like,
it could be if you use too much. It's biting.
Okay, so you got to just use a little bit. So there's a whole rule to that. What do you
It's in the air.
When you use actual bars.
Yeah, no, not bars, but just basically paying homage by using the music for those who can't.
Well, I
Yeah,
believe
like
music
samples.
in general is inspirational. I feel like you can't really listen to too much music without being, especially if it's music like from great artists, without picking up something from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what stands you up. So I feel like any type of person that put an imprint in the game, you're going to feed off that type of vibe.
Yeah.
Jay-Z said, I'm not a biter, I'm a writer for myself and others. I say a big person.
Say it again.
Up my brother.
Wait, say it again.
Jay-Z said, I'm not a biter, I'm a writer for myself and others. I say a big person, I'm only bigging up my brother. He was getting a lot of criticized, he was a lot of Biggie lyrics.
He did use a lot of
A
Biggie,
lot of
though.
Biggie lyrics.
He's not going to do this. It's going to be a debate. Because when Cam came out and exposed the boy, I was like, damn. He used a lot.
If I can say, because I rap too, I listen to music. Let's say I listen to a Kanye song, and I hear the soul. I may not know where it come from, but the fact that Kanye is paying homage, right? He's an artist. He's gonna pay homage to the Shaka Khan's through the wire. He's gonna let you know where he got it from.
He did
So I
that.
don't have to know, but I know because I feel it.
You
That's
feel
the beauty of music. You don't have to argue about it. Feel good, it sound good, and somebody pay homage. Kendrick said you got to pay homage to get to the next. So yeah, if you're not paying homage, you're ignorant.
Yeah, yeah, it's a cycle. So the importance behind that was the importance behind that, to show that young independent artists are paying homage to who came before them.
I love it because it just falls right in line with, what I'm talking about how I became inspired to even put together the event, and that, the experiences that I had with my parents, with my community as a family, and as people who came together to raise me, right? Now, replicating that feeling. It's not just about, I may not be able to do actual block parties that look and be like what it was when I was growing up. But replicating that feeling is what you guys are talking about in the music, and that is what separates it from vibing or just paying homage. Is that what is your intention behind using that expression, or what is my intention behind putting on an event like this? And it's to replicate a feeling that I know not only served me when I was coming up, but continues to serve and empower me now, and wanting other people to have the opportunity to have that feeling. Because you quoted Jay-Z, who quoted 50, but I like to quote Maya Angelou, which said people forget what you said, what you did, but they never will forget how you make them feel.
Yes.
That's why music is so powerful, and that's why stuff like this, resources that reach into the roots of our community, are so powerful, because they elicit a feeling from the people that creates action and that inspires.
Yes. Okay, so I just want you to let the folks know for Black on the Block what they can expect, how they can support, and how they can tap in and be involved.
So, number one, what you can expect is that the art imitates life, right? So the art of Black on the Block is imitating the fact that there are so many different layers and levels to our community. So you're not going to just find one thing. It's not going to just be a typical resource fair, right? Like, we have performers, we have vendors, we have Black-owned businesses, we have community resources, we have a 3-on-3 basketball tournament, which is something that is different.
Everybody
If y'all
has
haven't
been
heard about
talking
that,
about
you need
the
to turn it on.
tournament.
Last year, we gave away $1,500 to the first place winners, and you only had to pay $80 to get in. So I'm not trying to pull your artists or anything.
I might have to get them over here.
Wait, what are the ages for the tournament?
The ages for the tournament are 18 and up, so there's no limit on that. But we also this year have added, in true tradition of wanting to build the event to be something that serves the community, a feature for 5 to 10 where we're doing a slam dunk contest. So we got the adjustable court out there. They're going to win prizes. They're going to maybe win some gift cards and a little bit of money. Not as much as the big boys, but it's something.
It's something.
It's an opportunity, because last year they were there. They're watching their dads. When you have a 3-on-3 tournament like that in the community with resources and with the mayor and with paint events and things like that, you're not just inviting out basketball players, you're inviting out families. So we got kids, we got girlfriends, we got mamas and grandmamas that want to see their sons hoop, and that want to see them with some money so they can go out to eat or whatever they're gonna do. So that's really the spirit of the day, is that you can see the direct link between what we're doing and the community receiving benefits from the event on that day. There's so much going on that I wouldn't do it justice to try to list it all, but I can say that every year the layers have only gotten deeper and more impactful, and I'm really grateful to have you here to do what you do for this stage, because I'm just excited to hear it. Now I'm meeting everybody. Now I'm like, okay, what's the iTunes? What's the this? But
I'm super nervous. I'm super nervous. When you asked me, I didn't know what to expect.
You got it.
But listen, but you know what? I really had to sit down and think, Camila, you got these connections, but real life connections, not like we fool with each other on a consistent basis on real life things, not just what's on camera.
Online or something.
Nah, it's no shit. I mean, it's nothing like that.
You said whatever language, so don't, when I get up in here, start correcting.
Don't. Let me tell you, Mr. P told me, he said, do you I said when it's necessary. What you mean? Like, but no, it all came together organically. It wasn't something where I had to search out for nobody. The artists that I've been supporting, where we got good friendships and relationships. I've been to their shows. I've met their parents. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in the trenches with a lot of them. You know, and they really know that I'm loyal and I got their back. You know, so any opportunity that I have, seeing how hard they work. Some of them have kids. You know, seeing how hard they work. Why not provide the opportunity? You know what I'm saying? So it really worked out organically. So I'm super excited.
And the same between me and you, because we
Yes.
weren't looking for each other.
No, we weren't. We weren't. It happened. It literally happened. But it's great to see a woman with a vision and is out there doing it. So you know I got your back. We already said that.
So October 15th,
October
you can find
15th.
us on Instagram or Facebook at Black on the Block Expo. You can register as a vendor at tinyurl.com, Black on the Block.
Another thing, vendors, tap in.
Yes.
If you want to come and non-food vendors and food vendors.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Non-food vendors and food vendors. So if you got clothes, you got shoes, you got trinkets, you got candles, you got something that you and your kids make that turned out cute and you turned it into a business, bring that too.
Wow,
It's an opportunity. We do.
No, I'm just- Look.
We do.
on
We do. I know a girl who started doing these backpacks for her kids going back to school, and somebody saw it, and they were like, "That's
No,
cute." And now
that's
she's
dope.
like in mass production with these backpacks.
That's dope.
So
That's dope.
it goes from 0 to 100, and this is the platform to help it go there. So bring it so we can see it and we can talk about like how we can move it in that direction, even if you don't think it's all the way together now. So just go on the website. You'll find my contact information there. You can email me at blackontheblog.missd at Gmail. And yeah, I'm
Black on the block.
Miss
Miss
D.
D. Okay, Miss D, look. For somebody who's watching this show right now that might be in Nebraska, Arkansas, or Maine somewhere, what's one word to describe your event? Just one word.
Black.
I had unity. I
Black.
had unity in my mind the whole time. I was like,
I
unity.
like unity.
What's up?
I say community. I always say community.
Community is unity, though.
Community
When you
is
talk about
unity. It's in there.
community,
You
even
can't
spell
have
it,
it
really.
without it.
Without-
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, you can't. So
Yeah.
Black on the Block, shout out. Y'all tap in, support in any way that you can for somebody who is giving back to the community overall.
And can I say one more?
Yeah, absolutely.
You said that, and it just brought up to me that I talked about like doing this because of how I felt in my community as a kid, but as an adult, reaching out and trying to create platforms like this, I have found a whole new sense of community in people that I did not know that I would find in places that I didn't even know that were there. So it's like a whole new world. You know what I mean? Like you keep putting that energy out of something that people can respect and that is for the greater good, for that people can see, and it builds itself around you. It's awesome.
I was gonna say, you always wins.
Always. Okay. All right. So Black on the Block. Next we have LA South Chamber of Commerce Destination Guys. So I have to do this. I'm a part of LA South Chamber Leadership Committee, and I actually brought all of these as gifts for you guys. This is a destination guide. It's their 2022 and 2023 edition. And basically when folks come out to LA, they hear about, places like the Staples Center or the stadium or this or that. They don't know about a lot of the businesses who have been in a lot of these neighborhoods from South Central LA to Compton to Long Beach. I'm talking about every type of business you could think of. They have been serving the community for many, many years. So that's my gift to you guys. Huh?
Oh, they got this so small right here.
Why they got it so small? Yeah, so that's for you guys. Shout out to LA South Chamber. I'm grateful to be a part of everything that you guys have going on, that we're moving forward. And that's a proud moment for me, and a proud moment in history. This is their second edition. So this was something new that they created so that when people flew into LA, they could actually get something that showed them the staples, the food vendors, like people who have been in the neighborhoods and serving their neighborhoods for over 30 to 40 years. And I think it's important to highlight and support these organizations as well.
They got
So-
M&M soul food up in here, Carson.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you're gonna see almost everything in there. You
Randy's
got-
Donuts on Manchester.
Randy's.
Hello, talk to me.
They got everything in there. Okay, all right. So that's LA South Chamber. And then next, I gotta do a shout out because I wouldn't be. Oh, okay. So portrait photography. This is a free workshop, ages 18 and 24. For if you are into photography, please schedule October 24th to November 16th. Apply. Please apply. But they're doing a lot of great stuff. They have a lot of good equipment. They have a lot of good instructors. And I get resources like this all the time. So I'm utilizing this platform instead of saying, oh, I got all these emails. I don't know how to get them all out. Yo, you're going to find it on this show. It is what it is. All right. So next, I want to shout out to Whole Systems Learning. Look at this.
Oh, you're my
Look at this
boy.
sound. Look at this sound. Look at this sound. He's not on camera though. Look, he's not on camera. You, come in, pump your head in. Pump your head in. Whole Systems Learning, a program that basically gives second chances from housing to employment to career building, different mental health resources. Completely just amazing, especially if you're an artist. Being a part of this program, free studio time, editing equipment, a producer, Deuce, shout out to Deuce on deck, you know, being
Counseling as well.
counseling, yes, podcast studio, all of that. So we definitely partnered with them. We rocking with them till the wheels fall off or until me and Andish have to meet in the parking lot somewhere. That's a whole nother story. But shout out to Whole Systems Learning. Okay. All right. So now you know, raw conversations, let's tap in. How you demanded respect. Let's go.
Name me a rap lyric that's respectful. Name me some music that these make that's respectful. How the they go demand some respect when they some of the most disrespectful motherfuckers to the black woman we ever seen? How? And not only are they in it in their lyrics, they in it in their actions. Future got 12 baby mamas, just putting babies everywhere, ain't raising none of them. Niggas just making fatherless babies everywhere. When all the statistics say fatherless children is at the greatest detriment. How this nigga doing this?
Wow. Wow.
Okay, so let me say this.
Take a deep breath.
All right, so let me say this. Every week I had a hard time with figuring out what content was going to be on this show, right? Because some of the stuff I want to talk about may not be what everybody else is talking about. And because I ain't that big on social media, it's kind of like, So I started getting in my DMs videos where people was like, you know, talk about this. So the last episode where we talked about No, It's Not Candy, they were talking about, what is it? Not methamphetamine. Fentanyl being laced into candy. That came from a video that I received. So I put that on there and we opened the floor for everybody to talk about it. So this was the next video that I got and that I showed you guys. So we just gonna weigh in on this topic. So the question is how are you demanding respect? And what he was talking about was artists, you know, that portray Black women and are disrespectful in their lyrics, but then you turn around and you demand respect. So I want everybody to weigh in on this topic. What's your name again, sir? Layla. Okay.
Layla, my artist name, but Will for government, you know.
We going with the little
Layla.
cookies?
We go with Layla.
We go with Layla?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my first time meeting Layla, so it just
Yeah,
happens like this. We
probably.
got raw conversations, so if you want to sit in, tap in, cool. You know, so nice to meet you, Layla. Nice for you to join us on the platform. What are your thoughts as an artist and as a man?
Well, seeing that first, I gotta address Charleston White and his presence in the hip hop community is one of like antagonists. He don't have no solutions. He gonna point out everything wrong. He's gonna collect the check off YouTube, and then he gonna call the cops when the niggas he talking bad about show up. So he playing that bullshit. So I feel like that cancels out what he said already. Because if you really want to have the conversation have the conversation and not set niggas up for failure. Because he make people mad, then he hide in the house and call the cops. Like, nah, that ain't fair. I fuck with this thing. So the topic is, I don't know, it's hard. Baby mama, I'm going through baby mama drama. So Future got 12 kids. Who know why? You know what I'm saying? Who know why he got, maybe he like, all right, I'm going to die one day. I want 12 kids to have my name.
My legacy.
My legacy. So who knows? Right. That's a simple way, that's an easy way to monetize for Charleston. Like, he found his niche. So, yeah, I don't really rock with him.
Okay, I got
personally, yeah. So that's kind of spoiled the message.
And I'm gonna say this. I heard about him. One of my boys, my homeboy, shout out to Willie. You know who he is. Sent me a couple of videos. This was probably months ago, and so I never knew who this guy was. So he sent me videos, and I'm like, what the what? What?
Yeah,
I was like, but we ended up having a conversation about it, and he was like, yeah, but he got your attention, right? He got you to tap in. He got you to tune in, right? And then there are times, there's a couple of videos that I did see, and I was like, okay, I get what he's saying.
Right. He said that's the thing. He says a lot of truthful stuff, but it's who is it coming from? It's like you go to his house. I bet you him and his girlfriend, they got a terrible relationship. You can say that. I'm just assuming, but I bet you my bottom dollar that him and his whoever, they have bad relationships. He can come and project all he wants for how you living. So when you push a message, it's like when I listen to Future, I know what he say is real. He gonna keep it street wherever he at. Now he could be the most horrible father in the world, but at least he authentic, and we know it's like I'd rather see the snake coming than be the wolf in sheep clothing. You know, I want to know you. Hey, that's the energy.
That's a good point.
So now I know what I need to do. So that kind of stuff is good for the internet, good for his check, good to rile shit up. He talked bad about LA. So that's how we got to talk about California. Like, so that's how about Nipsey.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. They didn't tell me. Oh, no. We're going to have to cut that clip. I got a problem with anybody that got something to say about the city. Like, I do.
He talk, it sounds
the
good.
State, period. The whole state.
Yeah, everybody, Nipsey. So once he go there, it's like, now you're a joke.
Bad.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's like niggas go the niggas, some niggas, the stuff we do be on some bullshit. Like, why you kill that man? But still don't use it for
so that you can monetize off of it.
Yeah,
and you know what? That's super disrespectful because somebody like how you brought up Nipsey, somebody like Nipsey was a staple in a culture in that community. I was working gang intervention when he got killed in that same neighborhood. Like the city, and I was working with the kids who was affected by him getting killed, him getting murdered. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't a pretty sight. Right. And to me, that ain't shit to laugh about. You know what I'm saying? Because you got some of those young guys who did not have fathers, or their fathers were in prison. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And music might have been their only outlet to be able to not go out there and tear some shit up, even though they may have had a right to do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not cool with that. But then again, I gotta make myself open when y'all send stuff. We gonna talk about it. All right, press.
Wait. Back to my boy.
Okay.
Is there any truth in what he's saying about the music?
Absolutely, it's true. Yeah, it's like hip hop is one of the biggest contradictions in America in history. But it's like, why is it the number one culture in the world? Right. Because it's contradictory. It's like, yeah, I could be bad, and it's like Kendrick's his most recent work. He was talking about that. He said we all killers. He said Putin out there making nightmares, but that's how we all think. It's like the authenticity to say, yeah, I'm a gangster. Yeah, I just beat a murder rap, but I still love my daughter. Go to church. Yeah, I'm a black man. Yeah, I got these tats. I went through all this trauma. I'll probably get down with you. I'll probably kill you at the end of it. I'm a good man. I'm a person. I'm a human. And that's the goal. We can talk about how to fix it, but to condemn hip hop, because it's gonna happen whether we rapping about it or not. Niggas is still getting smoked, whether it's in a song or not. Niggas gonna get smoked. So at least now we know, and let's vibe to it, laugh at our pain, and find a real solution, and not make parodies. Not get these kind of. I mean, we need these kind of people so we can know what to look out for. They poison to
our community.
What we doing to the community? He ain't helping.
Yeah. Wow, that's powerful. It's on you, right?
Oh yeah. So most definitely, I like Mr. White's constructive criticism.
Not Mr. White.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, I do kind of like, talk about women in my music, like you saying. I do, you feel me? But it's not like I'm talking about my mom or my sister. But I do talk about my mom, my sister. I call it how I see it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah. Not all women are like that, but maybe the ones in my section are like that. Maybe they're conditioned mentally to be like that. Like that's the norm for them. So that's just all I got to say about that. But I don't just disrespect women like that. I do take offense to what he's saying. Like he was directly talking to me right now. Like, right. Because I'm an artist, but nah.
But on that point, just you said women in the section. I married a white girl in a whole other section.
Oh man,
Crazy as hell, Somebody just
same state?
Nah, different state. Maryland. She took me out there, put my mind, got me right back home. Yeah. So, but yeah, I do like the misogyny. I do think it's tough.
So going out after having problems with this young lady primarily, and you done held in so much for maybe a month or 3 years or whatever it might have been. Of course you gonna have some feelings. Of course she gonna have some feelings. She might want to say that's not so constructive.
Yeah.
He just expressed it through the music.
But that's why hip hop prevails. Like that's why hip hop, has the presence that it has in the culture, and it leads, people, because it's not art for art's sake. It's art that like is born out of the contradictions that is what life is actually about. Life is not always beautiful like ballet. Life is not always pretty like a painting that you can tell exactly what it is. Life is messed up and warped, and there's bad parts and dark parts and ugly parts and parts that we're ashamed of, And so that's why hip hop speaks to so many people across so many cultures, because that is human. That is human. Like people have dark thoughts. People have sexually explicit thoughts. People like call other people fucked up names, you know what I mean? Like that's what we do, but it doesn't mean that I'm any less human. In fact, it makes me more that I, because this dude out at the grocery store, the gas station, and then
and then we're
you know what I'm saying? Like, and then rescue the puppy on the side of the road. Like this is me. You know what I'm saying? All of these things, they don't take away from one another. They only add to what is me. I'm constructing my identity day by day by day in a unique way, and hip hop shows how Black people have fearlessly done so for generations.
Yes.
And so many people admire that courage and want to replicate that courage, right? Because we're back to that feeling where they got.
Yeah.
And speaking about homage, we got to go back and take hip hop. You got to take that back to the hymns.
Oh.
To the Underground Railroad, the Wading in the Water.
Right.
We sang hymns and songs to get us through. We sang kites. You want to talk about kites? We sending kites, messages. So they might not understand that that's the point, but we understand this is our train. We got to stay connected. And,
You talking about sending the kite?
That's
you a slave? You about to get transferred to another plantation? Your cousin over there. They send my people this. Right. They don't want bread for them.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It's the language.
Y'all really want to know how I feel about it? Okay. All right. So two ways for me, right? First of all, music is the art of expression, right? So if I'm having a fucked up day, then my music is going to express that. If I'm in love, my music is going to express that. I think my biggest thing or my biggest problem is when you hear music that is super disrespectful to women, young women, then you got to understand who your audience is and how they're going to speak. And then you got to think about your daughters and how they should expect to be talked to, and how sometimes it becomes more acceptable for them because this is what we listening to. So if he called me a bitch, I should be cool. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. Now, because when I saw this clip, you know what I did? I was like, okay, let me think. Let me see how I feel about this. But I went back to playing Tupac, Wonder Why They Called You Bitch. Now, I bet you. Now listen, back in the day when I would play it, having a mentoring program, I have my windows rolled up. but I'll be bumping that shit for real. But if you listen to the lyrics, he was actually explaining why. He was explaining who that girl was, what she was doing, how she was disrespecting herself, which is why he was giving her the name, because she was disrespecting herself. And so he was just adding to that. Do I agree with that? Not necessarily. But can I say that I disagree with it? Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? And so my biggest thing is just, I don't know. That's a tough one for me. That's a tough one for me, because I just look at how it affects how the young people are communicating to each other, how they're talking in relationships. I might be mentoring a young guy and a young girl who's in a relationship, but I can see he's verbally abusive. He's calling her all kinds of, you one step away from hitting her. I got a problem with that. And you can't, you know what I'm saying? But you can't blame it on the music, but it does contribute to that mentality that will cause you to even open your mouth and speak like that. You got a mama, you got a daughter, you got a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how sometimes it's like we can say that, but let you say that about somebody who belongs to me. We fighting.
Right.
We are. I'm gonna tell you this. I will never forget mentoring a young guy in Long Beach in 2017, and became cool with his mother, and his mother was from Compton, and that was, I guess, she explained that's the way that they spoke. So as I'm talking to her, yeah, bitch, this, yeah. So the first couple of bitches I let it slide because I realized that there was no issue. You know, she was speaking how she speaks. So then I had to tell her, listen, yo, I don't talk like that. So when you talking to me, like, we're not going to talk. But that's how y'all talk. That's not how I talk. You know what I'm saying? Growing up where I came from, when you said that, before the whole bitch word came out of your mouth, I was taken off. Because it was a sign of disrespect. And I know it's different now. So that's why I say what, Andish? No, say it.
I got a lot to say.
Okay, no, come on, say it.
Oh, no, yeah, I feel like.
Mike.
I know.
Yeah, go on in, man.
Yeah, come on, sit down.
I feel like, like that is a word that is still disrespectful, and I feel like you should, you know what I'm saying, say that. But obviously, it is a reason why somebody don't say that. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason. But I feel like a lot of times it's kind of like a one-sided argument. Like, our girls last like, oh, like niggas always talking about me crazy, right? But I feel like girls be doing the same thing. And niggas don't, because niggas aren't like, oh my God, I'm so sad that she called me or she yelled at me. Like, you know,
y'all not being sensitive about it.
Yeah, like we just let it slide. But it be happening. You know what I'm saying?
I just told you my ex-wife, she whooped me, man. Like
Whoop, like with a belt?
No, I'm saying whoop.
I'm
still looking back like, what the hell?
See what I'm saying? So I feel like it goes both ways. And I feel like a lot of times it's pointed out like, man, dang, like, man, you should do this, you should do that. But it happens because everybody gets mad. Everybody says something they don't mean. So
have you ever called a woman a female dog?
Not to her face. Nah.
You walk away like, damn.
You got mad for sure. But I'd be like, let me stop. Because it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then 30 minutes later, you be like, dang, I shouldn't have said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I missed it. So you be like, let me not. So I hold my tongue. But I'm sure you had an instance where you like, I should call this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Be mad.
She probably
everybody
like
mad.
she put her foot up.
That's basically what I'm saying. It's kind of natural.
Yeah, no, you right.
But you just can't be saying on the
But
regular.
but also, you know, I've definitely heard females being in relationship with guys, bitch ass niggas.
That's what I'm saying.
All of that, got a problem with that too.
For sure.
Got a
Is it
problem
on
with
the
that
same
too.
level as when a
I got
man
it.
calls a woman a bitch? Is it the same way when she be like, you bitch ass nigga? Are you bitch? Is it the same?
I don't feel like it should go. I don't feel like it should go either way. To be honest with you, because especially if you upset, because if you're upset, it's meant as disrespect. So if you with somebody that's supposed to be your partner, that's supposed to be who's supporting you, you supporting them. Then why are you even? If I got to jump to that level of disrespect, we can't be together.
But you never been mad at somebody?
I have been mad. I just don't use those words.
So you never said that to nobody?
No, I haven't. No. Oh, Camila, her hands was just flying. Her mouth didn't even have to speak. I wasn't talking.
That's more
Hey.
If I get hit, it's over.
Yo, hey. No. I've never hit a man.
Oh.
No, that's not
ever?
No.
Come on.
Okay. Okay, no. I'm gonna be honest for our conversation. Look, he like.
I had a bad relationship.
No, I was married for 10 years back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, and no, I've never hit a man. But there was a situation
Why not?
where there was an argument, and I kind of mushed his head against the driver's side door while we was driving.
Why you was that's different?
Because it was something disrespectful that was said.
What side was it?
So
On his end?
Wait, he was driving.
He was driving. Yeah, it was. I was in the
I was about to say, yeah.
It was a slut. It was like, who do you think you talking to? Like, no.
I feel like women.
That was better than calling.
No, that's worse.
I feel like by talking about it, like, have you done it? Have you done it? Has that person done it? Does it happen in relationships? We're minimizing like the conversation
That's true.
because where we started at was
What's the conversation?
where we started at was in a place where, is there a level of responsibility for people with influence to utilize their platform in a way that we can all recognize as beneficial for us as a whole? You know what I'm saying? And I think that has been a debate for so long. And I think musicians have known forever that they have, a level of opportunity in the realm of influence when it comes to politics, when it comes to, the next generation, when it comes to wherever they decide to like speak on their microphone, if it's a microphone that a lot of people are tuning into. So I was reading an article about something called wicked problems, and wicked problems are problems that are so convoluted and so intermingled with one another that it's hard to differentiate which area in which we should look at or start to really address any of the things that we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like poverty, or like, the homelessness, or all these things. And what we're talking about is like perpetuating a mindset that only perpetuates the circumstances that we have been trying to get ourselves out of as a people and as a community for so long. And how do we do that? Where do we start? Do we start by saying, you said it, no, you called me a bitch first, no, I slapped her, no, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or do we start by saying, like, I like where you started. Like, people like this nigga right here can't be the leading force or the driving force behind the conversation.
Because like you said, he doesn't have a solution. You're just putting it out there so you can monetize off of it, but you're not.
Right.
You're not a part of the solution.
Right.
I feel like once we start trying to tell people how to use their art and platform, that's when it's no longer art. It's going to become like socialism or something like that. That's when it's
propaganda or
more what people going to think about us, you know what I'm saying? But the topic tap in on that topic, like, it's bitches out here, like, for real, like, it don't mean like it's just a female. I know dudes that call other dudes bitches. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to first stop saying a gender thing. Like,
so it's not
specifically it is the female dogs though.
Well,
if we look at Webster, on the street,
nobody got a point though that we use that word to. So really, the comprehension behind that is like nothing. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about human beings like that don't have no gender. So I see my homies all day long, like, shut your bitch ass up, and these niggas is talking like that to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like on some joking, serious or whatever it be. But I feel like, and I know bitches and I know women. I know bitch niggas and I know men. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody is speaking on that in that type of context, what's wrong with it? Like we all know, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like everybody on this podcast out there, we all know bitches. You know what I'm saying? We all know women. You know, we all know bitch ass men and we all know men. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody's speaking on that type of topic or that type of situation, what's wrong with it? You know, speaking of experience.
And which one are you?
For me?
No,
That's crazy.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's how I feel.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, so you saying the difference, right? So it's bitches and it's women, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever called a woman a bitch?
No, never did.
So you can't be
unless she was acting like a bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so you can be regular or a woman, right? And then you start acting like it. So if you act like it once, then it makes you like
you overreacted.
And then
that's what I'm saying. So like you do one thing,
he was acting like
a bitch.
Two completely.
So
different
okay, so
things.
acting like a
But
bitch.
at that time, you probably don't have that much time to explain that. Be
So
like,
you
you
just
just acting like a bitch, or you just a bitch at the moment. Like, you doing bitch shit, and I've done bitch shit.
It's
You know what I'm
kinda-
saying? So it's like, damn, that was.
But I guess
bitch shit. I'm
since
not-
everybody does it, I was kind of thinking like, okay, everybody does this, it's not a problem. But I think you had a good point. Like, just because everybody do it, don't mean that it's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
It
normalized.
just is a problem
it-
that
it
we
definitely
accept.
is.
I guess that's what I'm
because
saying.
it's too
I
hard.
feel like if everybody
it's
doing
so
it-
hard to resolve.
Have you, I have a question. Have you ever called a woman a bitch in your music?
Yeah, when I was speaking on bitches, like nobody has a problem when the city girls talk about tricks.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh
You
my
like,
God.
nobody
What?
has
They
a
do the
problem.
same
Like,
thing. Cardi B was Cardi B.
That's
Cardi
the
B
top of the
philosophy.
conversation.
Your head in the wallet.
Cardi B, what?
Type of conversation, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody talking about how you telling so many young women to be bitches.
There we go.
Mm.
And get it for the
I
bag.
think it's. I
Oh,
think
no,
it go
get
down to
deep. Shit get
different.
deep when you start putting the layers back.
Right.
Oh, you talking about the different art?
Like I'm saying, no difference in between a man and woman. Because going back to my ex, I used her because she booked me so bad. I'm still counting my losses.
Bro, what you
What
doing,
happened?
bro?
Yo, you
Because I was the one woofing, calling the bees, saying this and this and that. She was quiet. So I feel like the difference in a man and a woman, she know her battle. She gonna pick her battle. She can't fight me. I'm not gonna win. So I'm gonna just get them right here. So I don't have to. So you show your hand. I feel like she's good at that. I feel like it's a woman's tactic.
A lot of women
They
are
hold
like
their
that.
tongue. They bite their tongue. A woman scorn. She counting them. She count. Okay, I got you. All right. And when D-Day hit, she went crazy.
Look at this one.
Just started.
She said receipts.
So my way is called. I'm gonna call you a bitch. She like I'm gonna make you feel like one. You know what I'm saying? In the actions. Women are devious because they're more vulnerable. They're softer. So they gotta know how to stick and move without physical confrontation.
Right.
By doing that, you better shut up or you're gonna get slapped. So I ain't gonna get slapped. Not saying I never slapped her, but I'm saying
Just saying she's not going to take it to that point because physically she can't match
a man,
that.
if I see a bigger man, it's like I'm about to get whooped, but I'm still fighting because my pride and my ego. I can't wait till later to get him in the dark. It's like I gotta. So I feel like women have like an emotional suitcase different than ours, and for sure it's
They're stronger with theirs.
stronger mentally. Like
That's strong.
they get them. They know how to, that's why don't never mess with a woman scorn.
If somebody can get you mentally, that's deeper than any type of physical anything.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
When
that's
you're intimate with somebody,
Yes,
it's more easier to get them though. You just know when to push on it.
Can you?
Yo, here it
can
messed up.
What mentally is?
So for me, whoop was so we was married. And I would keep 100. I wasn't loyal. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't meant to be at all. We did it for very selfish reasons on our own part. But I cheated or whatever. Then I left. But we were still hanging out, doing our thing, and slowly but surely she was drifting away. She used to always tell me, "One day I'm gonna be gone. One day." I never believed her. I'm like, "How you tripping? One day I'm gonna be gone." Oh, you
believe
like
that.
one day.
That's
Yelling,
called
then you
planning.
doing good.
Today,
When she quiet, it's when you
today,
work.
today,
Somebody told me that years ago. When she
When she
stopped
stopped
Let me tell you something. When she stopped arguing, somebody told me
But
this
she
years
never
ago.
prepared for that.
When you
She was-
stop,
yeah.
when you stop arguing
Oh.
as a woman, and
I mean, she
I
gave up.
heard
She
this.
been gone.
I heard this back when I was married, before I got a divorce. You still arguing with him? You ain't done yet.
Yep.
You're not
Yeah.
done yet. Camila, you're gonna be done once you stop talking.
So you whooped them.
And no.
I relieved
The moment,
myself.
the moment,
mentally.
no, the moment that
Let go.
the moment that I actually got to the point where I was done talking, like we didn't talk, we didn't try counseling, we didn't whatever. Once I got to that point, I was quiet. There was no argument. I didn't have anything to say back.
Did you block
But what? No. What I did was got a second job, got another place, got all my furniture put into place. And so the next conversation we had after being quiet for a good month or two was, I'm moving on this day. You can have this. You can have everything
And that's the
in here.
whooping
I'm
though.
gone.
That's
Because I'm still. That's the whooping. Because I'm holding on to this idea.
But it was years of warning
Oh,
before
you
destruction.
whooping
Though.
Right. That's the thing. So while you build, so by the time I found out, she was way over there.
Self-inflicting with
Yeah.
They do that because the whole time when they think we and we out there and coming back, watch us come back.
Yeah.
I thought the whole time you loved me. You was
The
the
ones
ones
that-
that when they still come back to me.
That's because dudes be treating everybody the same. Like, man, niggas don't know how to
Guilty.
What do you mean?
They'll do everything the same. Like, You gotta.
What Jay-Z say?
Huh?
The problem is you cheating the one that you humping, the one that you
Make
love.
it the one that you love.
What that mean? Talk to me.
You gotta like separate vibes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not promoting anybody that's like infidelity, especially in marriages, because I believe that's when you come from God and I'm into that type of lifestyle. So, but if you still like out here definitely trying to find your vibe, seeing what's going on, you got a girl that you date. If you are gonna step out, women, if a woman gonna step out, do it responsibly first and foremost. Don't come back with the kids. Don't be having all that drama come to your house. You know what I'm saying? Dudes like to keep interested. You want to keep linking up, and now the woman found your social media page, found your girl page, and messages is coming in. Like
It's when you think about it, it's almost a setup. So, in my opinion, like overall, if you just, I'm single,
I agree with
I'm
you on
dating,
that, my brother.
I'm exploring
Don't
my
get married.
options. When somebody comes in the situation and you communicate that and you lead with honesty, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm dating more than one person.
That's
I'm
wrong.
single. I can do that. That's a grown,
That's
some
wrong,
grown woman shit, some grown man shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm coming and I'm being honest versus saying, oh, we're gonna be together, and then here I am doing X, Y, and Z, and like, come on, yo, like for real.
I think the biggest point with my ex, and don't get me wrong, because it was
If we
a
talk
two-way
about her
street.
one more time, we about to fly her out here in a minute.
Well, she got my baby, so I hope she hears this. But no, she met my match.
shout out to
You gotta look right at her like.
No, we gonna edit that. Yo, we editing that
She got
out.
my daughter though. She got my daughter, man.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, man. My match just on a human level. Anybody, it could be a woman, but anybody. You meet somebody on your level, then you know.
That's what that
Hey,
real
push
was.
a little
That
bit,
nigga
huh?
pussy work. Oh, yeah, they pussy work.
Pussy with.
Yeah, she talking about she whooped you mentally.
Wait,
No, what I'm saying,
It's more than
no, but I'm
mentally.
saying, but I'm speaking more like competitive. Like I'm competitive. Like one thing I hate being lied to. It's like a test of intelligence.
She strategized on you.
So when somebody lied, it could be her, my
She's
mama,
like
my
your
daddy.
Somebody
Somebody lied to me, and I buy the lie. Okay, cool. And I go down the street and find out it's a lie.
It's a
Now I'm
lie.
backtracking my steps, trying to figure out
Where the lie came from.
So with her, I'm still backtracking. Like, damn, the lie didn't stop there. Like, oh wait.
Okay, but let me ask you a question on this. When do you get to the point where it doesn't matter anymore? Because wait, hold on. So when do you get to the point where it doesn't matter anymore? Because if you don't plan on being with her, you are out of love with her, you have moved on with your life, you're living your life, she's living her life. At that point, you got to stop backtracking.
So I think
Because of
what
the
it
point
is-
of you
you
understand.
about to say something. I heard you say it too.
I'm not. Let me.
You wanna say it?
I do need to clarify that though, because I talk about her and not to objectify her, but as an object of my past. It's not necessarily her. It's like if I lose, it's like Kobe. I lost the game. I don't care who my opponent was. I want to know how I lost so I don't lose again. I hurt somebody. I want to know how I hurt them so I cannot hurt somebody else. It's not about her anymore. And I bring her up a lot, but it's the biggest because I married her. It's like I've never been married.
That was your experience.
It was an experience.
Yes.
So she's more like she's just the subject of my past. It don't matter if it's her, my other girl, the other girl. I don't want that shit to happen again. And how we gonna do that?
You need a psychodynamic therapist. Like,
She ain't getting that
object
bad. She ain't getting that
relations
bad.
What is
theme
She about to
therapist,
definitely-
you know?
That's what music is. That's why I go. That's what music and art is.
Right, sure. I want to address the women out there though that do find me and let them know, you know what I'm saying, like this is not what I'm into, and you still want to receive and experience, you know, each other energy. You know, this is what's up. But like I think a lot of women, right? Like they try to put you in a box. They think they can change you. That should be a red flag for a woman. If a man is telling you he ain't trying to be tied down right now, don't get in your mind thinking like, oh, I can change this man. Listen to what he's telling you.
that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Because then you're gonna flip the script. You're gonna be like, damn, and the man gonna be feeling like I told you what it was from the jump. And it's you that put yourself in that perception and think like I can change him. And he's already displaying his character traits. So if all the women, like if somebody telling you all that, you're gonna keep it player, keep it player. You know what I'm saying? If not, get on. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully.
I noticed me, growing up a little bit older, just tell them what you want from the jump. I just want to be a friend. Talk to other people. I have friends. I'm gonna protect myself though. I'm not gonna give you anything. Just be honest from the jump. I have 4 sisters. My sister used to always tell me, don't ever ask for it, and just be respectful. But don't lie. Just be like, man, I just want to be a friend. What you want from me? I ask every woman right now. What I used to ask every woman
That's
what
a
you
crazy
want
question.
from me.
That's
I did
what
that.
you want from me. What they say?
You would never,
It'll
you
be
would
good.
never
That's
used to ask
that's a crazy
that
question.
shit.
Man, I know this shit.
I
I'm not
don't
gonna put it out there like that.
Huh?
Yeah.
But I asked the woman straight up what she want from me.
On the first date?
No, we don't do dates. When I meet you,
Whoa.
we don't do dates. I'm still gonna accomplish everything.
Okay.
Whoa.
When I meet you, I'm gonna ask you, hey, how you doing? What do you want from me? What can we do for each other? Like, what do we want from each other? Let's be real. You
What did
see
they
me?
say though?
I met a girl yesterday. I'm walking the dog. She started talking to me out the blue. I'm noticing she's trying to engage and get this number.
Yeah.
So, man, we talking. I give her the number. I'm from St. Louis, blah, blah, blah. I said, look, what you want?
But
Just
why,
like that.
But why would you say that?
Because all I'm probably going to want to do,
You know what I'm saying?
if I want to do that,
Oh, so you don't want
where
to
we going to go from
Hit it
here?
and
I
quit
don't
it.
want to, I don't know. I'm not saying that.
Oh,
I'm not looking at you like I want to build with you,
I thought
so I'm not
that-
going to play with you like that.
Why is it because how she look?
No, I don't know you. I don't
But,
know anything
but
about
why
you.
not just
He
get to
has
know her?
he has
But why not just get to know
principles
her?
about himself as a
So what if-
person.
Why not just get to know her?
standards.
Why not just get to know her?
Huh?
He
Why
said
not get to know her?
Because
more than likely,
I'm already
he's
getting
not
up
what I
somebody
want to build with.
Oh,
He don't.
So why
That's why I'm asking.
So what do you want from her? Why'd you take
Nothing.
the number?
I had 3 dogs. She had a dog. She said, we gonna do doggy
Y'all was
days?
gonna do doggy days.
That's what she said. We gonna do doggy days? I said, look, that's cute.
You should. I should have said no.
What? I got
No,
friends.
but I feel like saying no right there is probably more. Her hurt level gonna be like at 3, right? If you
Not
give her
even.
number,
She might not ever talk to nobody.
but if
about
you
it
give her
because-
number and
She's
y'all
right.
texting and all of a sudden you like, which one?
No, this whole
She'll be
everything
like,
was short. This
I
happened
thought I
2
was gonna
hours.
know.
And when I told her like that, she was like, damn, man, I gave
Yeah.
my hopes up.
Yeah.
And that hit me. But she was like, I respect you for being honest. Straight up. Like, what you want from me? I might want to.
Better than.
I don't know. I want somebody to build with. I'm not him.
But
Right. I'm not.
but you
Well, at
already
least we're
good
being
with
honest
somebody
about
else, so
that.
that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to do my.
I'm not him. I'm not gonna
Right.
build with you. I don't want to build with you.
I don't even if
But
I'm,
yeah, I don't need to
if
give my
I'm
number.
already building with
I'll be
someone,
like,
I
I'm
don't even
straight,
care
I'm
what you
good.
want.
Can I
from
tell you
me
what she
because
said,
I don't
though?
want anything from you.
I can't
so
give you nothing.
convince me with that question.
Can I tell you what she said in return?
What she
It
said?
was so cold because she switched. Now this is why we call them bitches. She was all nice and cool. When I was like, look, I'm not really trying to do that. She was like, see, I don't like California men. You know, they always stay in the mirror. They always too bougie for me. Well, where'd that come from?
After the question,
Where'd that come from? You was just.
But it's
Just
because
a
you heard it though. You
That's
heard
that
it.
Charleston
Yeah,
White
just a little,
shit.
just a little projection. Just a little.
You got her hopes up. Bro.
The hood ain't accept.
You got her hopes
All
up.
right.
You should just been like, oh, I'm straight. Like I already got a girl.
Exactly. Why leave it open ended if you're
Yeah.
building anything? Why is
That's
there
like a
even
girl giving you her
place for that
number.
question?
You think you own, and then she's like,
And then she's like,
by the way,
I got a
hoes.
man.
Like, I'll be like, why
Can
do
we
you
still
give
be
my-
friends?
No. At the end
know
of the
my
day,
bad.
if they're okay, listen, I'm about to close this out because my producer is about to be mad at me. That's why my phone was going off.
Okay.
And she like, we overtime.
Sorry, KJ.
And, yeah,
You did
KJ,
fine.
we sorry. Everybody say sorry to KJ.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Let's
KJ.
go.
Okay, so we about to close this out. But the one thing that I want to say is, if there is no window of opportunity, you don't give that window of opportunity.
Yeah.
No, we can't. Can I have your number, please?
Cause your girl.
No, you
Or
cannot.
whoever you build.
You, I want to be friends. That is the oldest fucking.
Yeah.
That's the
That
oldest.
is
Lies.
possible though.
Hold on.
Yeah,
At my
yeah,
age, I'm not looking for no new friends. Now,
No
if
difference.
it happens organically, you would never have to ask,
Right.
right?
That's true.
You ain't coming to me like,
I
oh,
was
can
about
we
to
be
say.
friends?
I was
Like,
about to say.
nah. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
it's
Like, no,
possible.
that's the BS.
You
That's
be
you
friends.
lying to yourself.
Hold
You
on,
lying to
friend.
yourself.
You become friends with people
Forever.
after
Look.
they give you their number.
Forever.
I became her friend.
Uh-huh.
I became
Like,
her
no,
friend.
But you know when somebody really trying to talk to you versus on friends.
I know, but I'm just trying to break this down.
Friends don't
How they
have to
say-
ask for no friendship. Is
How
what
they
I'm
say
saying.
the
I'm not
opposite
in
sex
elementary.
can be friends.
You do.
The opposite sex could be friends. I ain't never
That's
told
not
her.
how
I
it
ain't
goes,
never
right?
But I'm
flirt
saying
with
you know
her.
from the
You're right about that.
You
But
know,
I'm
10 seconds in the conversation.
You
whether
do
it's gonna
know
be a friend.
what their
or
intent is.
When she said the number, I was like, oh, yeah, we could be friends.
She was flirting with you though.
But you knew that.
Doggy
bro.
day.
You
See,
knew
that's
that.
what I'm saying. That's
You
what I'm saying.
You knew that.
She was flirting with you.
About to be buying all type of dogs.
Dog
Pads,
trees,
all
flowers,
that.
all of that. Okay, so listen, yo, we gotta wrap this up. We're gonna do part 2 next week, y'all. I gotta thank you really quick to the sponsors, Kelly J TV. I love you, girl. I know I'm on punishment right now. She said I didn't get my production stuff, my car sheet over to her, so she on my head. I love you. Shout out to Dallas, Texas. Yes, Politics and Broadcasting. I want to do a quick shout out to M16 the Great, an artist who's helping me out with social media and always has been tapped in on mentoring the young artists that we mentor. I appreciate you. My boy Khalifa, Stormy Lit, Press Play.
Hello.
Press Play, yes. And everybody that's on this podcast. Prezi, what's your name, sir? Laylo. Of course, Vicky and this whole systems learning. And follow, like, share, subscribe, donate, whatever. We'll be back next week, y'all. We out. Raw Conversations.
Raw.
You want to get a picture real quick?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Everybody send. You want to send it?
Every time I take a picture,
No,
I
I'll
love-
just
Sit down.
Because this, because of
Oh, yeah,
Oh, because the mics.
Yeah.
We got to move the mics up.